Will we have a repeat champion, or will the rookie spoil the party? It's the final heat of the final event of the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games. Tia Toomey working her way up on her first pegboard ascent. As long as she avoids disaster here, she will be crowned the fittest woman on earth for the second straight time.
She's so focused, taking her breath, and that's the key to this event, and specifically this portion. You have to know when to go for these pegboard ascents. Tia-Clair took her time, took a breath, and that's really important. When they get to the yoke, it's going to also be important to go at their pace, go with their cadence, don't get tripped up and too caught up with the race, but that's going to be hard to do with these ladies.
Catherine Davis-Daughter, meanwhile, is another two-time champion. She won in 2015 and 2016. She is trying to hold off Cara Saunders for the final spot on the podium, just 6 points ahead of Saunders, who finished second overall in 2017.
Fun little fact about these two women, the last time they saw the pegboard ascent, neither one of them could complete the final ascent. And so if we have a case where there is a tie on the leaderboard that is for these ladies, Catherine Davis-Daughter has 2 first-place finishes, and so she would be the one to take the podium position.
Well, Tia Toomey is through her 4th and final pegboard climb. She has to move her score marker. Horvath is on the thrusters. As long as Tia Toomey stays right here with Laura Horvath, it is all over. The time to beat is 4:33.72 seconds. The leader's name will be highlighted in a blue box at the top of your screen. The number of repetitions that person has completed will be in a white box. The number in the white box next to everyone else's name will indicate how many reps they trail the leader, as Catherine Davis-Daughter is now on to the thrusters. And if Davis-Daughter finishes ahead of Cara Saunders, now things get really interesting for that 3rd and final spot on the podium. There are 60 total repetitions in this event. At 44 reps, they will move on to the yoke. The first one weighing 345 pounds, and they need to carry it 33 feet as Cara Saunders is now done with the pegboard and on to the thruster. She needs to catch Catherine Davis-Daughter. Now Annie Thorisdottir on the left of your screen is on her thrusters, but Saunders has a lot of ground to make up. She's about 20 reps behind Catherine Davis-Daughter. This is the battle for the final spot on the podium.
Davis-Daughter's just about 20 reps ahead of Saunders, but Saunders is trying to move quickly, and Saunders is very strong when it comes to the yoke. So she is actually pacing these thrusters, and I'm wondering if she's doing it just to maintain her breath.
And now Tia Toomey trying to leave no doubt, moving on to the first yoke carry. 345 pounds, Laura Horvath right next to her. Toomey is done, Horvath is done. They will reload the yoke to 405. Here comes Catherine Davis-Daughter trying to work her way onto the podium. The time to beat again, 4:33.72 seconds by E. Church. Here goes Tia Toomey and Laura Horvath on their second yoke carry. That is done now to 4:45.
Watch how Horvath picks up 2 at a time and she plops them right on. That's very smart.
Tia Toomey getting to work. First, she finished second 2 times. Then she won by 2 points. Now, it is going to be 2 straight. 2 for Toomey. She is the fittest woman on earth. Davis-Daughter is in. Laura Horvath also finished. This could be your women's podium. Cara Saunders needs to do damage control right now. Davis-Daughter has finished 3rd. That earns her 88 points. Saunders only had a 6-point lead over Davis-Daughter for the final spot on the podium. Saunders has got to get in a hurry here. And it's going to be another close call for Cara Saunders. She's across. Saunders will take 5th in the event. That is good for 80 points. Last year, she lost to Toomey by 2 points. This year, it is looking like unofficially she will miss out on a spot on the podium by 2 points.
And for Cara Saunders, all we've heard was how she was focused and ready. This is a disappointing finish for her, but she has had a solid effort and a solid games.
Annie Thorasauer comes across. What a resurgence this woman has had.
For the past few years, we had wondered how Annie was doing. Was she going to be done with her CrossFit Games career? But last year, she surprised us taking a third. This year, showing she can stay up here in the top.
Kristen Holta is in. Last year, Annie Thorasauer on the podium. The 2 years before that at the CrossFit Games, 8th. She was 13th in 2016, 38th and had to withdraw in 2015.
She wanted to make sure that we knew she was still here to stay, and I think a lot of that also comes from Catherine David's daughter winning and all of the press there in Iceland.
Cara Saunders is trying to get Chrissy Aramo across the finish line, giving her some coaching cues from the finish.
What Aramo needs to do is get the momentum and get that yoke started by coming up and driving into it like she did there. Cara Saunders gave her a little tip that helped.
Aramo has the finish line just a couple of steps away. She has plenty of time to get there. The time cap is 8 minutes. And now Christy Aramo is in.
And she worked for that finish.
Cassie Lance McWhorter and Brooke Wells are the only 2 women left on the floor. Wells is still on the pegboard. Lance McWhorter is on the thrusters, and this is shocking for Brooke Wells. This is the 3rd time she's seen this at the games.
This is what I don't understand about some athletes, that she is capable, she is strong. I feel like she just hasn't figured it out. Maybe she just hasn't put the work in here for these pegboard ascents. Or is it that, you know, sometimes what haunts us is the bad memories, and sometimes you can't get those out of your head. And so, similar to what we saw Tia-Clair Toomey there at the end, have a little stumble and a little bobble. You know, is that what goes through her head? She watched that so many times last year that kind of happens. Do we play that through our heads? I can't help but wonder if that's what's happening here with Brooke Wells.
Wells is not going to be able to get there as we have 20 seconds to go. She's actually going to have to make her way down the floor to get some more pegs, and that's not going to happen. But that woman, for the 2nd straight time, the fittest woman on earth, and the other 3 times that she's been in contention, she's had to wait to the final announcement. I can't imagine what was going through her head then. Now, I'm sure there are no butterflies.
I can only imagine this is a much more enjoyable experience here winning this one.